Hello, everybody. It's Lord Magicus here in the meditation realm, and we're gonna play some Merfolk in Modern today. All right, so I'm currently getting everything set up here, so we'll get started in just a minute. Twitch. Oh, there we go. Now it sees me. Not sure what was going on for a second. All right. So MTGO is updated. Good. Right. That's correct. I changed the password for this because there was a threat to security for this, and I have to figure out what I changed it to. That's okay, I got this. Um, I am sure that I will figure this out in a second. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. I actually gotta think about that. What the fuck did I change my password to? I know that I did this for a reason, and I feel like I probably should know what it is. Okay, hold on. Let me think about it for a second. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to reset it. And, all right. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but definitely should remember. You know what threw me off is we didn't play last week because I was busy. Uh, I was working on that NPC video, which I will talk about in a minute, but that's definitely. Oh, wait. I know what it is. This is the one. No, that is definitely not it, because that's the old one. Okay, I guess I'm just going to have to reset it. Oopsie. Silvergill cut, you're out of here. Alright, well, we're going to talk about it in a minute here. I can't log into MGTO and MTGO until I sign back in here. Oh my god, these stupid security questions are the worst. How am I supposed to remember this? I don't think this is technically the. Yeah, okay, there we go. Alright, no, we're fine. Look how fine we are. I can't show you the screen because I'm busy trying to set up a password for this, and I don't want the world to see me typing this in. Okay, I gotta pick a new one now. It's okay. Silver Gill Stand 69. I don't think that was it, and I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna use that as my new password. Do, 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 do. Alright, I gotta think here. We gotta do this right, because if I don't do it right, and then I'm gonna forget what it is. And then I need to, like, until I start memorizing what it is, I'm gonna have to write it down on this note card that's gonna stay here and definitely not leak out into the world. Sometimes it's hard being stupid, okay? Uh-huh. Um, life is hard. It's okay. Yeah, look how it's fine. It'll be okay there. Okay, let's try this. Huh? Perfect. Okay. All right, we got it. We're good. Look, okay, this is fantastic. Uh-huh. It's fine. Look how fine it is, people. We got this. If you haven't changed your MTGO password, you probably should, because there have been reports of people getting their accounts hacked, and if that happens and somebody steals your cards, you're not getting them back from Daybreak. They're not going to refund you for this. So that is why I changed it in the first place, but I totally forgot what I changed it to. So that definitely did not help my cause. Whoopsie. Alright, it's okay. We got it changed back now. I'm just waiting for this email to show up so that I can actually... I need the confirmation code, damn it, so I can actually play. So we're waiting on that at the moment. And then I am looking at the chat. You're briefly here for the 5-0. Yeah, thank you. I know you said you're busy, but I'm glad that you showed up nonetheless. That's a good omen for our victory here. I appreciate it. And as soon as Daybreak decides to send me the email, I don't know what's taking him so long. It's okay. We're fine. Look how fine everything is. It's there's nothing to worry about. So, you know what? We have stuff to talk about in the meantime. Okay. This one, I don't think I talked about this one last time. And then I have two things to actually go over here. So let me get these set up here, and then we will look at these. We have a bunch of stuff, so this is I'm a little bit behind because, like I said, we skipped a week, and then I know I forgot this last time too. So it's okay. We're gonna catch up right now. Check my junk folder. I did, and it is not there. It did not send it to my junk folder, and it did not send it to my inbox yet. One other possibility. I can check this, but I doubt that this is the problem. Huh? Nope, that's not it. I don't know why Daybreak is like, are we? They don't send me this email sometime in the next like. Okay, well that's definitely incorrect. I just signed out of the wrong account, so. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, if they don't send this to me sometime in the near future, then we might not be able to stream tonight. That would be terrible, because I was definitely planning on this. Alright, well, you know what? In the meantime, while we're waiting for that, let me change this. Is it framed desktop? I think is what I called this in scene. So we can. Yep, this is the one. Okay, good. Here we go. So, we have a couple polls to catch up on, so here we go. All of the following Merfolk cards have been played in numerous non-tribal decks. We can make this even bigger still. Perfect. Which of them is the most traitorous fish? So we had Merfolk Secret Keeper, which came in at 10%. Emry, Lurker of the Loch, 51%. Thassa's Oracle got 33%, and Hullbreacher got 6%. So there's our list of traitor fish. And Emry won. I thought it would be pretty competitive between Thassa's Oracle and Emry, but Emry, I think people are the most mad at Emry because that was a plane where Emry could have been a fish for us, and I don't think that we necessarily expected that we were going to get something good out of Thassa's Oracle. We still play it a little bit. We have it in like the Pioneer build for Mono Blue Devotion. But I don't know. Thassa's Oracle is mostly just being played as like a Doomsday win condition, or like even played alongside Emry as a traitor fish. But so, and there's also a joke that like vintage Doomsday is like vintage Merfolk. But we actually have a legitimate vintage Merfolk deck now. But yeah, and everybody seemed to, the majority of people thought that Emry was the biggest traitor fish. So yeah, I'm sorry Emry, but not sorry. Yeah. Alright. And then we also had this one. So, besides Dominaria, which plane has given us the best Merfolk cards? And I put a few cards from each one of these planes in here so that we could see. So we have Lorwyn, which, notably gave us Cursecatcher, Silvergill Adept, and Marrow Reejery. Zendikar, which, we got like Kosi's Trickster, Coralhelm Commander, and Thieving Skydiver from. Theros gave us Master of Waves, Thassa. Thassa's not technically a Merfolk, but she's been played in our deck and close enough to count. And Thrasios, who is very, very played in Commander. He's the blue-green partner legend. So yeah, he's a Merfolk that's from Theros, even though he wasn't in the Theros set. He's from the Theros plane. And then we have Ixalan, which gave us Kumena Speaker, Merfolk Mistbinder, and Kumena. So I was kind of surprised it was this one-sided. 91% of people voted for Lorwyn, 8% voted for Theros, and then 2% came in for Ixalan. Nobody has any love for Zendikar fishes. So, I mean, I guess I get it, but, like, I think people overvalue Lorwyn's effect in our deck a little bit, because, like, if you look at it now, we don't really play Marrow Reejery. We very rarely play Cursecatcher, and, like, Silvergill Adept, and, like, I think Nikachu even mentioned this, like, it's not even really that good in our deck anymore. Like, out of all the cards that we're playing, Silvergill Adept is actually one of the worst ones. So, like, yeah, it gave us some cool fishes, but, like, it's hard to, like, actually justify playing them. Whereas, like, Zendikar, Thieving Skydiver actually does see some play now. It also is, like, a very big part of the vintage list that just, like, became a thing, so I've gotten a couple cool things from that. If you play Penny Dreadful at all, Coralhelm Commander has always been a huge part of Merfolk in that format. Theros gave us Master Waves, which, like, was a very standard relevant Merfolk when it came out. Thrasios is also a huge part of Commander, so if you're playing any partner commanders, Thrasios is very likely one that you've played, so important for that. Actually, I guess I didn't mention Thassa's Oracle here. I could have, but she's not really on brand here, so I chose not to, but that technically is also a Theros card. And then Ixalan gave us the basis for Pioneer Merfolk, so I kind of thought maybe if there are some people who really like Pioneer fish, or Historic fish, like, a lot of these cards are important to those formats, so I don't know. Like they all have they've had their effect in different formats, and I was kind of surprised that it was so one-sided to Lorwyn. But I mean, I do get it because like out of all these cards, like the Lorwyn 3 are probably the most playable ones, but for at least for modern anyway. So there we go. Everybody's all about Lorwyn, so I guess maybe. Well, we have a return to Ixalan coming in like 2 years, something like that. So, but I mean, I did not include Dominaria because obviously Dominaria has the very, very best fishes where it has Svyelun, Lord of Atlantis, Master of the Pearl. Well, I don't know if Lord of Atlantis is technically Dominaria or not. Master of the Pearl Trident definitely is though, and like that is like if there's one card that like stays in the deck, it's probably Master of the Pearl Trident. So yeah, it's and also Merfolk Trickster is from Dominaria, so it's very. I don't think any plane is ever going to unseat Dominaria as far as fish cards. So, all right, how are we doing here? I have not gotten this email from Daybreak, and I'm getting really concerned now. Okay, all right. Well, let's look at our last thing here, and then, yes. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is every month, I'm always posting this in the Fish Discord, so if you hang out in there, and the links are always in the description of the YouTube replays, you can always join us and talk fish. But usually at the end of the month, I will go through and compile some nice little charts and some statistics on the modern challenges, and I pull those from. Oh, okay, so on Reddit, Bamzing usually takes the top 32 results from each of the challenges over the course of the month and posts a topic there. And so from his topics, I will grab all that data, throw it into Excel, and then categorize it so that way we can have some nice visuals on how each of the archetypes does in the challenges over the course of the month. Because I feel like that gives us a really good picture of like what the winning metagame kind of looks like. So if you make the top 32 and like if you're winning towards the end of the event, like this is what you should be expecting that you're going to have to beat in order to win. So yeah, and it looks like everything mostly kind of stayed the same as we expected it to for between September to October. So like Murktide is still hanging out at like Splinter Twin levels. Creativity is also still very high. The Rakdos Scam deck actually picked up a little bit, and the Hammer deck dropped a little bit. So there is some discrepancy there. You can kind of. I have a chart that's here too. If you go on the community tab, you'll be able to see it. Go away. I don't need to know about this driver nonsense. So yeah, I do keep this. So I'm gonna try at the end of each month when I update this stuff. I will post this chart on the community tab just so you can kind of keep an eye on like how this stuff develops out here. So you can definitely see like the purple line here is Murktide, and ever since like April, this deck has just been fucking dominating Modern. It's not even close. But in the time like since then though, we have seen this line is Creativity here, and that has picked up a lot since over the summer. Um, and now it is like the second best deck in the format. Whereas Hammers has also been consistently like in the top three, but the Rakdos deck is just barely edging it out for like third place now. But Hammers historically, like since Modern Horizons 2 hit, has been like either the first, second, or third like most popular deck. So I expect that it'll probably bounce back at some point in the next month or two. I don't think that this is going to trend down or anything. Nothing significant has happened to like really threaten the viability of that deck at all. So okay, now I am not seeing this email. Where the hell is it? All right, maybe I'm gonna have to do something here because they did not send me this thing, and I can't play until we do this. But yeah, I don't know. Scam really kind of reminds me of like it's very much like the Reanimator deck in Legacy, where their whole thing is they basically need to do something really really powerful in turn one. Can I make this even bigger here so you can? Oh, there's a limit to how. All right, whatever. That's got to be good enough, I guess. Yeah, like it's very much like the Legacy Reanimator list where it's very fragile on turn one, but after turn, after the longer the game goes on, the lower its chance is going to be to actually win the game. So if you can survive its initial onslaught, your chances of winning will go up dramatically. But their best lines are going to be when they can play grief, take your best card, and then undying it, and then bring it back, take your second best card, and then just try to beat you with what is it, like a 5/4 with menace or something. So, or no, a 4/3. Yeah, it's like a 4/3 with menace. So they're just hoping that if they take your two best cards, that they can just aggro you out over the course of 5 turns, and maybe 4 turns if they can bolt you or you shock yourself, and they can back it up with a Thoughtseize or something. So yeah, or they can go for the all in kind of plans, they just go for Fury with Undying, and then just hope that 8 double strike in turn 2 is going to be enough to push through. It can be very tough. It's definitely not easy for us because we have limited interaction, and Dismember does help a lot, but at the same time, Dismember's not going to help much versus the Grief start because they're just going to take your Dismember. So, and if you try to Dismember it when they have mana up, they're also threatening to just give it Undying again. And it's difficult, but we got to try to do something. So, all right, let me put me back on here. Okay, MTGO, come on. What the fuck are we doing here? Huh. I need this stupid email. All right, can I? Okay, well this is a problem for me because I don't know where this email is. Can I sign into MTGO's site? Oh, this is going to be particularly fun because if I just changed my password on here, is it even going to let me log in to Daybreak's thing? Oh my god. Okay, I don't actually know if I can. This is so terrible. Come on. This is a terrible stream. We have barely gotten off the ground here, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually play now. I don't know what the problem is. How do I even contact them? I can't log into their website because I think their website is connected to MTGO, and I don't know what the fuck to do here. It tells me the MTGO login is available, but that's not really helpful to me, is it? Hold on a second. This is a disaster. This is the worst a stream has ever started. Even the one time we went 05 is still probably more successful of a stream than this. How does this happen? Ugh. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. This one. Okay, I think I'm fucked. I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to get this stupid email if they never sent it to me in the first place. What? If I try to rechange my password again, like, what will happen? Okay, alright. This is interesting. Uh, okay, let me see if it sends it. Oh, now it sends it the second time. Okay, no, we're still good, everybody. We're fine. Look how fine we are. I had to do it a second time in order for it to actually decide to do it, which is really bad. You know what? That's terrible. That's the worst customer support ever. Because I was locked out of it. I couldn't even log in on their website because the problem is I think my password on their website is the same thing as what I changed it to here, but I don't think that it works. I don't know. I can't ask for help if I can't log in, if my problem is that I can't log in. And if the problem is they're not sending me the email, then that's terrible. But it's okay. We're fine. We got this. We're still we're good to go here. Everybody, look how fine it is. We are so fine right now. Excellent. All right. Yeah, I guess the next step is we actually need to get the deck. Okay. All right, we have all our stuff. Good. Okay, cool. All right, mana traders, please give me the deck that I am going to be playing today. All right, it took so long to get this going, but it's okay. Now we're cooking with gas. Deck builder. Excellent. Okay, clear the existing one, and we're going to upload a new list. Oops. Where is my deck? Then we will look at the deck and finally talk about it. All right, there's our list. Let me copy this. You go over here. Load. Okay, I don't need the islands. Do not need the caverns because I own them already. I do not need Force of Negation because I also own that. Do not need Chalice of the Void. And everything else I will borrow from them. So, rent deck. Yes, excellent. Please do that. Okay, look, this has been a little bit of a shit show to get started, but it's fine. Let me know on the replay how you feel about the shit show. It took us like a half hour just to get to the point where we're getting a deck here, so we are in. Excellent. Yes. It's all right though. So, yeah, hope like this is the list that I intended. I think I'm gonna try to play this on Sunday at Star City Games. They're running a Pioneer event this weekend, but on Sunday they have a modern RCQ. It's a 5K, so I'm gonna try to play in that, and I want to try to play with this 75. So we're gonna try it out today. I feel like it looks pretty good to me, and probably no matter what happens, I'm gonna play it, but I want to see how it goes here. No, you know, I should check it. No, I do not need this open taking up my fucking speed here. Yes, accept. Nope. They gave me 2 of the cool Mutavaults and 1 of the bad one. Oh, come on. What a tease. Okay. X. Yeah, sure. All right. What part of close did you not understand? No, we're not doing that. Okay, and yeah, okay, no, we're fine. Look at how fine we are. All right, add the deck. This is the easy part because I already have it saved here, so we just have to. Yep, there we go. Fish ease. There we go. Perfect. We are in. We have a deck, and let's look at it here. Okay. So yeah, the thing for today is that I am not playing with Silvergill Adept today. Is this the only card that they couldn't match up? Like, I think we have like matching cards for everything else. Just this one Mutavault just to piss me off. It's okay. It's fine. No. So instead of playing Silvergill Adept, I'm gonna play Spreading Seas in the main deck instead, because it still draws us a card and it just gives us more ways to kill off Urza Sagas. So I'm gonna try that and see how we like it. So it also saves me on sideboard space that I don't need to do anything with. So yeah. Yes, and other than that, we are jamming 4 Dismembers because fuck Ragavan. We're not dealing with that nonsense. Other than that, like, I have 2 Harbingers in the main and 2 in the sideboard. And instead of Nigachu was playing Curse Catcher, but I want to try playing with Rishadan Dockhand because it has 2 toughness. And one of the reasons that I don't like Silvergill is it is so bad to play Silvergill versus Wrenn and 6. If you play Spreading Seas on their land, and they will not be able to play Wrenn and 6 in turn 2 no matter what. So that is also a benefit. But here, yeah, the only one toughness thing that we're really playing is Hexcatcher, which is something we can play at flash speed, which is not going to get blown out by Wrenn and 6 here. And Tideshaper is usually going to be a 2/2, so unless they specifically decide to not search out an island, a lot of times they are going to just have to get like a Triome that's a blue one anyway, so it's okay. Yeah, so there we go. And I'm only going to play with 3 copies of Svyelun, and this Tulio had mentioned he didn't really care for Svyelun right now, and you know what? I don't know, like, I think 3 copies is fine. Like, I want to try 3, because most of the stuff I want to play is at either 1 or 2 mana, and I want to keep it very low to the ground. Playing with 6 1-drops I think is important because it keeps up the aggro plan better. So the Force could probably be Subtlety. I was really close between playing 2 Force or 2 Subtlety in the main deck, but the other copies are in the sideboard here. I have 3 Chalice to couple with this. This card's going to be good against like all the Cascade decks. It's good against Murktide. I think, yeah, we also have Engineered Explosives here, which I want to try this card against the Hammer deck. I think that Explosive blowing up all the 1-drops for 3 mana is really great. Blows up all their hammers and their Sigarda's Aid, which would be fantastic. It also gets rid of Shadow Spear, which is a pain in the ass. Yeah, more Harbingers, because Harbinger is excellent at dealing with Murktide. And the other card is Mistcaller. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with this slot, so we're going to try Mistcaller. I mean, it's good against Living End, but it's also good against Creativity, because it's another thing they have to answer in order to be able to do their nonsense. So we're going to play with that. There's a couple places where Mistcaller is like kind of useful here, so we're going to give that a try. I wanted to have something against those decks, and I wasn't sure like what I could realistically play in that slot that was going to be that impressive. So I don't know. I don't know if that's the right card there, but it's something, I guess. Maybe it can. Maybe it could be something else, but that's the first thing that came to mind. So I don't know. We'll have to see. It might be fine, or the other thing is that Mistcaller is also going to be very helpful against the Yawgmoth deck. Yeah, that's the other thing. I wanted something that hit both Creativity and Yawgmoth, and there's not really a whole lot that hits both of those things. So Mistcaller counters like a Quarter Calling, for instance, so it's helpful in that regard. So they can't just like Chord for Yawgmoth, and it slows them down a little bit like that. Yeah, and the same thing, like a Mistcaller will counter Well, not it will stop creativity from finding Archon, but Mistcaller is also good against the persist side of that too, so they can't like reanimate it from the graveyard. So it does hit like those decks on the correct angles to be useful against them. So that's why I wanted to try it. It still could be something else, but you know what? That's what we're gonna go with. All right, let's get to our league here. Let's go and play some Merfolk. All right. Got this. Should probably bring the chat back up. There we go. We are on the play. All right. We've got 2 fish, Mutavault, and Dismember. Like, this hand is okay. Like, I don't think that it's particularly amazing, but I'm gonna keep it. So we play Island here and pass. Yeah, I'm going to have this league done by then. Ignoble Hierarch. Okay, well, I am going to dismember that because I don't want to have to deal with, like, Liliana or something. Or, like, this could be Yawgmoth, I guess, but I don't want to give them mana acceleration. I guess I'm just going to play Master here. It might be worth keeping Harbinger. Okay, this definitely looks like this might be Yawgmoth. Drawing Dismember here is very helpful, so, fuck this shit. Not today, please. We just need to be very aggressive. And you know what? Our life total is not really relevant because, they're either going to kill us but with, like, Yawgmoth or, we're just, yeah, like, we will just take, like, way too much damage from their combo. I would rather use my life total aggressively for this. Ugh. I guess this doesn't really matter what they do with this. Okay, that's an option. I can Trickster this thing. Uh... They have to have a creature to sacrifice in order to use this, so... Let's see. I could also just dismember this thing, attack with Mutavault. Mutavault could kill Grist, or could attack them. Like, that is definitely an option. So, yeah, Mutavault here is going to be a 4/4, so I could just attack them for 10. They could +1 and make another token. They go to, like, I might need to just get this Grist out of here. I think I like attacking the Grist with Mutavault here. I'll put them to 11 here, and then I have, like, Trickster to help us. Like, that should be fine. Get this out of here. Because, again, keeping creatures off the field means they can't cord for stuff. And now, like, we just win. All right, look. Triple Dismember was great. Everybody who's worried about playing 4 Dismember, fuck that. We're playing all the Dismembers, and that's why we win this game. Dismember was excellent. We needed to dismember everything. All right. I have notes for this, actually. I put notes together for this list. So what do we say? We want Force, we want Subtlety, and we want Mistcaller. Right? Yeah. Okay, so Force, Subtlety, and Mistcaller, and I was taking out the Dockhand, take out 2 Harbingers, and I think the Seas. Yeah, okay. I still have to take out 1 more card, so I think I took out 1 Trickster here. Yeah. So this is how we're going to do it. The furthest you've gotten in a GP was with 4 Dismember. Well, you know, I think Nagachu is correct that we need to just dismember everything, alright? I think that I'm supposed to keep this. I mean, we got stuff to do here, so... Subtlety can shut off, like, Grist if they play it. Okay, that's a birdie. Okay. Am I supposed to play Tide Shaper right now? I don't know how effective attacking their mana is going to be because they have a bird here, so there's definitely some argument to just, I guess just trying to curve out here with this. I think the thing is, if you have Dismember in your hand and your opponent has creatures, you may as well just Dismember them because your opponent is... You're going to take damage from the creatures anyway, so... Why not? Okay. That's sort of fine. So I guess the question is, do we play the Hexcatcher or Svyelun here? This thing has Undying, it's definitely going to come back, so... This might... How much do I care about, like... I guess the thing is, if I attack this thing, it's going to become a 2-2 with a counter on it. If Yawgmoth ever comes into play, they're just going to remove the counter, so... I do have to be somewhat aware of their removal. If I play the Hexcatcher now, then I might not need to play the Force. It may just be correct to just play Master here, though. I think that's the case. I guess I'm gonna attack, because then they won't be able to, like, sacrifice it profitably to a Grist. They don't choose to block, so that's nice. So maybe this means they have Grist and they want to, I guess they could, yeah, they definitely could have, like, Grist here and they're intending to sacrifice this thing to that. And the thing is, if they block, then they, like, don't get to keep it after sacrificing it, so... Okay, there we go. Eldritch Evolution. Okay, I definitely have to force this. I think that I'm supposed to pitch Subtlety. Yeah. They could have had, like, Veil of Summer, so that's definitely a concern, but... So I might need this Hexcatcher to counter the next thing that they try to do. Okay. I guess here I can attack pretty freely, because if they block with this, it's going to die, so... May as well play the Aether Vial. Okay, well, we're not in a terrible spot here. They're at 3 cards, but I mean, we're safe from Court of Calling right now. Probably going to play Svyelun next turn. So they can't, like, Cord for 4 to get Yawgmoth here. They could Coco, though. That's definitely a thing. That's not great. Well, they're gonna destroy everything for 2, so I guess I have to make them pay for it, right? Alright, let's see if we can get them to pay for this. I mean, that was a little bit rough, but I mean, it's fine. We still have Svyelun. They only have 1 card left, so we might not be that far away from... Alright, Svyelun, I think, just has to come out here. We have an Otawara. Alright, we basically just need them not to have Yawgmoth. Like, if they just have another land, then we might be okay. Or if they have, like, another tutor, that's also bad. So... Dryad Arbor, okay. Well, let's see. What do you got? Okay, Wall of Roots is not that big a deal. This might be, though. This looks like they might have Chord of Calling. Or it could be Grist. No, it looks like it's Chord to me. They're going to Chord for Yawgmoth right now. Yep. Okay. Well, they don't have any more cards left, so I guess if I find... Oh, no! Opponent, you forgot about Ward! Oh, no, they fetched. Okay, no, they're fine. Alright, no, they have that. Fuck. This is not good, right? Because they can put the -1 counter in this thing and it will come back, and then they can... They have to pay life for this each time they do it, though. Okay, well, I can bounce Yawgmoth back to their hand, so... I guess I kind of have to. Svyelun needs to attack, but this is going to be a little bit hard. I don't really have a choice here. I think I just have to attack with this thing and then try to Otawara with Undying on the stack, because that's the only way that this stops. This definitely is a tough matchup, for sure. Okay, I guess... Let's just see what they do here, right? Because they might just block with Yawgmoth. So they sacrificed the Bird of Paradise. The problem is they have a bunch of cards now. Drawing this island was not a huge help to us. They can just replay Yawgmoth, and I think we're kind of screwed here. We needed to pick up something way better than that, so... Maybe if we had, like, picked up a Dismember off of Svyelun, like, that could have helped. I don't know. We're going to have to weather a turn here that's going to be real hard. Yeah, okay, well... Right now, they still have to pay life if they want to, like, try to kill this thing, though, so... That is a plus. I think we're not dead yet. Never mind. That's gonna do it. they now have like the infinite combo here. Yeah, so they're gonna, yeah, they can just keep sacrificing like, I think, or no, they need one more thing, right? But they're not, they don't have to like pay life here. That really wasn't the card that's gonna bail us out right now. They have one mana from this thing. Is there like any hope here at all? I feel like I have to attack with Svyelun and draw a Lord or something. Sure. Like that, we're gonna die after this turn, so we may as well try to do something. I guess let's target the Twilight Mire. Okay. I think we should be able to get a card off of this. Oh, it is rough. There's a reason that playing 3 Dismembers in game 1 is how we got there. So, we're going to attack with Svyelun and Mutavault and just, like, hope that that's good enough. Because it's, or, yeah, because hope that's probably all we've got right now. They're going to drain us for a bunch of life here. They are sacrificing all of their creatures to do this right now, so. Okay, well, they got rid of their entire board to get rid of Svyelun, so this might just mean that they have like 2 more creatures to just play here. Because they have 8 cards, so the chances that we're gonna live through this are very, very low. Okay, that'll do. Now they have 2 things. They can just loop these forever. I don't think that we really change our strategy here. We need to just draw Dismembers at the correct time, basically. I mean, we did as best we could. Like, yeah, if Yawgmoth hits the board, like it's real bad time. So, I think we drew like 2 lands when we really needed to draw a Dismember, and they got down to like 1 card, and then it was like the card that they needed. So that was also rough. What are you gonna do? But good news is we get to be on the play for this last game, so there we go. All right, I would love to be on the play. Yeah, I think I'm keeping this. I have Dismember Svyelun, so probably have to hold this Dismember for something important. I Yeah, like I don't think I can Dismember that. It'd be real nice to draw like a Trickster right now. It's not terrible either. All right. Okay. Don't think Dismember. Like the only thing that sucks is like if they play Grist this turn. Yeah, I'm not gonna have a good way to deal with it. I could just Dismember this Bird of Paradise. Like they have so many of these though. Bolt the bird, damn it. That all right. We're gonna go with the old time honored the adage here. Bolt the fucking bird. I don't think I can deal with them playing Grist this turn. I need a little bit more time. I might play Wall of Roots. Yeah, okay. Just obviously not great for us either. Yeah. All right. Look, now this turn, like they're gonna have a bunch of mana, but so be it. All right, take this up. Play Svyelun. I don't really have a better thing to do right now. They could play Grist and sacrifice one of these things to kill this, but I'm hoping that they're going to play like Court of Calling instead. That doesn't look like it though. Oh no, they might. No, that's just Yawgmoth. All right, well that's really bad. Okay. It's also extremely bad. All right, well, there we go. Now we don't have a Dismember, so whoopsie. So they can pay one life. They do have a mana to play from Wall of Roots for this. If I put the Hexcatcher in play, they can play the wall. They can use the Wall of Roots to kill off the Hexcatcher. This is not good at all. Where were you, Subtlety? I needed you last turn. All right. How do we do this? I mean, I guess like the question is, do I like play the Tide Shaper first? They can only ping either Tide Shaper or Hexcatcher. I'm just worried. Like, I want to be able to attack with Svyelun and not have it die. I'm trying. Like, the math in this is real bad. I have to attack with Svyelun because, like, if I don't draw Dismember like this turn, I'm probably gonna die. So, attacking, I guess, yeah, it's mandatory. The question is, do I play the Tide Shaper or not? Because I can play the Hexcatcher either through the Vial or with mana here. Um, but I could potentially draw like a Lord of Atlantis or something that I want to Vial in and then flash Hexcatcher in also. If I play the Tide Shaper, it means that like Svyelun is indestructible. I mean, I'm just trying to think if there's like any other reason. Like, I don't think it matters. I'm gonna play it. I guess, yeah, we'll just hit the mire. Alright. Are they gonna do anything with this? That was a fucking fantastic draw. Okay. You're gonna target this. And I'm going to dismember your Yawgmoth. Actually, I screwed up. I should have made them pay for the ward first. Okay. Because they could have like had Veil of Summer here, and then I would have had to sack the Hexcatcher. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna pass. Alright, Dismember was the card we needed, so there we go. It was a thing. We have Subtlety in case they just try to cast another one. I feel like I have to exile the Force of Negation. And then we basically just need to like draw something else fantastic. Alright, deck, give me some help here. That really wasn't what I needed right now. I guess I can attack with the Tide Shaper, because if they just trade with the Young Wolf, like, I don't really care. Well, that was not too bad. You gonna block with anything? Uh, might be too little too late, though. Depends on what else they have here. They just drew another Yawgmoth, right? So, well, I mean, they drew the same Yawgmoth, so I don't know what they have here for their mana, but that's bad. Well, they have 8 life, right? So they don't have the priest in play at the moment, so they can't kill me like this. Okay, so what's gonna happen here is they can pay up to 8 life right now to just try to kill my creatures. Oh, they can't. They have to kill the Svyelun first, though, right? So it's gonna cost them a lot of life to do that. So, will they have enough? Like if I vialed in a Lord of Atlantis, I guess let's see if we can attack. they gonna let me attack? Okay, they do. So right now they do have an island. Okay, so this thing can't target this as long as I have Svyelun out. I think I just have to attack with everything. The lower their life total is, the less they can ping my creatures. Highchaber definitely was not the one that I really needed here. Like, I think Dismember would have helped, or even like a Lord. I have to kill Svyelun first, so. Well, I guess they're just gonna like block like this and just, yeah, this thing dies. They're just gonna take some damage. They're gonna get to draw like a bajillion cards this turn, so that's a problem. Well, they just take it out of combat. Okay. All right. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna lose the Hexcatcher, I guess. They're at 4, so I guess I just need them not to find everything. Sure. Doing our best here, but have so many cards now, and they're going to be able to just 4 life. Yeah, they can activate this thing 3 times unless they find the creature. So they probably have to kill this first. And then they might have like Eldritch Evolution or something, and that could just do it. So there's a lot of lines that win for them right now. Definitely seems like, fuck are they doing? 6 mana? I don't understand. What is what? Okay. You should definitely be like doing this first, right? You don't want Hexcatcher to be doing its thing. I can activate Mutavault if I need to. Okay, so there's 3, and then what are you going to search for? I'm assuming they have Cord and they're trying to figure out how to cast it correctly right now. Yes. That's fine, right? That should work, because you only need to get your 2-drop. Uh, so I do have to count. Like, you have 3 mana up, so I'm going to have to throw away my board just to not die to this thing. Uh-huh. Um, think I have to sacrifice the Tide Shaper. Well, we dodged lethal, but they still like have us in a bad spot, so I have to leave this on too. It's not terrible. Okay, so is there any way I can use this to like win right now? They have 2 cards in hand. I can like put them at 1, I think. They're gonna put a counter on it when I can't do anything to stop that. Um, I guess if I Trickster the Yawgmoth right now, it doesn't really do anything. Okay, well they can't really crack that Catacombs. Okay. I think that they just have a cord here, so I'm just dead. Cord, yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'm still dead, but I just play it out, so. They can just activate it on my turn, and then I'm just lost. They have the loop here. They can just sacrifice their stuff and they can just they keep gaining the life here, but I'm just gonna get yeah, they had the cord, so that was enough. We got really close. Our last card was not gonna do it, so it was close. Like we tried really hard. I think maybe if we had like one more Dismember, that could have like been enough. But Yawgmoth is gonna be a very hard match for us. But it is one of the matches where we want 4 Dismembers, so there is that. I don't think Silvergill is particularly good in that match either. Like, it's gonna have a hard time attacking into a lot of stuff, and it's not really gonna block anything, so I'm not sure that I particularly miss it here. This is just a thing where we just need a bunch of lords, and we need like enough. We need enough interaction to keep them from playing Yawgmoth, and if we can't do that, then we're fucked. So, and it just so happened this game that they were able to get like 2 Yawgmoths, and I did not have an answer to the second one. So, oh, it's tight. If you can get the Mistcaller in play before they get Yawgmoth out, like, it's a really good answer to Cord, so there is that. We're an hour and like 20 minutes in here, and we've only played one match. It's gonna be a long night. Alright, let's go. We are on the draw here. Interestingly, we actually can keep this because we can make our double blue with this. We're probably... Okay, so we're up against Mountain. They do not have Ragavan. Oh, okay. Interesting. I guess I'm just casting Tideshaper here. I don't know what we're up against. Maybe this is Burn. This could be like Murktide, I guess. If it is, then we might want to Dismember. No, or it could just be Rakdos Scam. It's also very possible. They could be on a Fury hand. I mean, if they are, then like maybe the Dismember is fine. Like if they're just like gonna put a Fury in play as like a 4/4, that would actually be okay because we can just Dismember it. Guessing if they had Grief, they probably would have did it in turn 1. Fury is the one that they might hold back on and just to see if they want to blow up our creatures. Get a little bit more value out of it that way, so. We'll see. Oh no, we're up against goblins. Okay, well then we are definitely in some shit. Okay. That is much worse. Secluded Courtyard means they are drawing a land this turn. There is like 0 chance that we're attacking with Mutavault next turn, so... I could attack with Tideshaper, and if they block, I'll just flash in Hexcatcher. Otherwise, I might just Trickster it on their upkeep. I'm fine with trading this Tideshaper for a Snoop. I don't think they're going to block. Then on our turn, we can play Mutavault, use that for Dismember, and then maybe play like Lord or something. We got to be careful because they could go for Harbinger this turn if they just feel like they got it next turn. So this could just bait them into a losing board position that way. If they just put Kiki-Jiki on top with Harbinger. But they might just feel like comboing is the way to go. Nope. Okay, they're just gonna put out some 1/1s. Alright, I mean, that's fine. Well, we get to know what's on top of their deck now, too. Aether Vial on top, so that's fine. You might want to actually do this in their draw step. And I think we can do the same trick again, where we just attack with both of these here. If they, like, try to block, then it's not a big deal. They could have, like, a bolt or something. It's not unreasonable. It's just the chance that we take. So I want to see what's on top of their deck before I dismember this thing, so I'll let them draw their card from this. Alright. So they're going to go for Harbinger here. So alright. I guess the Snoop is going to tap and target and make a copy of itself. I just need to read the wording, because Kiki Jiki does target, right? So they have to tap and it'll target itself, and then I can dismember it in response to it targeting itself. So then they won't get a copy of it, and they'll be stuck with Kiki on top of their deck still. That's the plan. Alright. Now here's where we dismember. We're doing pretty good here. They're at 13. We know that they're drawing nonsense this turn. I think I can Tide Shaper and then Lord of Atlantis. Get in some Island Walk damage. I think that's the way to go here. Yeah. I guess let's target the Blood Crypt. I don't know if they have, like, Fatal Push or anything, but just in case, we'll do it. This will put them very low in life. They're not quite dead, but they're getting really close. We know that they have Kiki on top, which is basically a dead draw this turn. So it's hard, like, it might be theoretically possible for them to still win here, but we have done our absolute best to cut off as many avenues as possible. So Munitions Expert will probably kill Lord of Atlantis, take away Island Walk, but still might not matter because a Lord off the top will still kill them, and we have 5 attackers right now, so even if they have to, like, chump block everything, it's not great for them either. Okay, Vial's fine, that doesn't do anything. Alright, a Lord just wins. Otherwise, we just animate Mutavault and go to town. They have to block. They literally have to block all of these. So yeah, they like their best case. They throw away all their creatures, and then take 1, go to 2, and then yeah, we just got them. All right, cool. We beat goblins. That was a very well. We got game 1. It was Not easy. it gets a little challenging here. All right, so we need subtlety, and force is not terribly great, and I don't think Rishadan is terribly great. Spreading seas is like the only hope we have of like actually killing them. So, and I don't think that we're gonna bring in the other two harbingers. I think everything else is just better. All right, something I guess. Not great, but I guess I like I don't know. I don't think we can afford to mulligan. We gotta just do what we gotta do. Okay, they choose Goblin, and then we got us Prospector. No, Fanatic. Okay. So, Hexcatcher is not coming out in the near future. We might be able to Spreading Seas this land, though. That'd be kind of cool. There's a possibility we might want to play Trickster next turn, so we need to play the island. There is a strong... Oh, well, Cavern is not really helping our cause now, because now Spreading Seas is just going to get worse. Oh, they have Snoop. That's bad. Yeah, it's a thing. War Marshal on top. I can't block it. Maybe we will just try to seize them out of this game. That might work. Okay, so... Still don't think there's any realistic plan that we're going to attack with Mutavault, so I'm going to play the Cavern. Harbinger can interrupt the combo. Like, it is true. If you have 4 mana or a Vial into, it can do that. However, yeah, I don't think that's enough for me to want to bring more in. All right. I'm hoping that they just don't have any more lands and that we'll be able to like stop them from just playing creatures at some point. So we could keep them stuck in like 1 creature a turn. And then once we do that, like it's actually we're in fairly good shape, so we know that they're not drawing a creature again next turn, so that's a plus. Nope, they have another land, so okay. But I don't think we have a better plan right now than this. I might just it's possible I'm supposed to just play this Tide Shaper as this is red mana. This thing, like, we could keep them off of Munitions Expert, maybe. The question is then, do I play the Tide Shaper or not? They are going to attack me for 3, 4, 5. That's not that bad. I could theoretically come back from that. That's actually really good too. Okay. So I want to see what they draw for their turn. But I think next turn I might just be playing Tide Shaper plus Hexcatcher. At least I can cast this Dismember this turn. I probably want to kill the Snoop here. Okay, so if they want to pay the Echo for it, like, yeah, I don't think they're going to. I don't think there's any reality in which they're going to do that. But if they're going to have another Goblin on top of their deck, I'm going to Dismember this thing, so... But I want to know what their top card is first. So they're going to draw another land here, which is going to suck, but I have to get rid of this now. Okay. Actually, turn off auto yields. Because at some point I might want to actually use the Subtlety. I have another land in hand anyway. Oh, that's rough. Oh, we're trying. So here's the interesting thing. I can actually turn that off next turn, so we are going to cast this and, I guess, get rid of Trickster. So I'm going to Tide Shaper away this Cavern. No, okay, but they're going to have another land, though, so... No, but, okay, so no, if they put this on top, they're not going to draw that land, right? So they won't be able to cast it again next turn. But I can't have them casting this right now. It's not doable. And I might be able to draw another Seas or something, so who knows. Okay. It's not ideal, but... Guess there's not really a huge advantage to playing Island over Mutavault right now. Okay, well that's not going to do anything anyway, but I'm just going to do this just for the hell of it. Because it's already a 2-2, because they already have islands in play, so... You may as well just play it now. Fuck it. They're on 2 cards here, and... I think they put this thing... No, they put it on the bottom of their deck, so I guess... Alright, so they drew their land here. Elemental? Oh god, do they have Fury? Fuck me. You kidding me with this shit? Hard cast Fury off of this thing. I guess that's my fault for not paying attention. I thought for sure that they put the Sling Gang back on top of the deck, but no, they did not. And now playing this Hexcatcher early has been my undoing, so that was inexcusable. All right, I kind of need like Dismember or we're screwed here, so. Alright, well, that, I guess they have 1 card left. Oh, God. Okay, well, Svyelun, I need you to protect me here. Go. Svyelun, I guess Svyelun could be indestructible here, yeah, so I can just activate the Mutavaults. Well, that's gonna be a problem because they still have the Sting Scourger, so, I think I'm gonna have to use this Hexcatcher as a chump blocker. Maybe if I draw Dismember this turn... No, I don't even think Dismember right now would help me. So I'm at too low of a life total from this. 6, like I'd go to 2, I could block this and I'd still die. So yeah, like we're just dead. All right, we got it. We did everything we possibly could. Like this is another very bad matchup for us, but we're on the play for game 3 at least, so I mean, I don't think we have much better than this Seas plan for this. And I mean, it was close to working. I don't know. I guess if I hadn't screwed up, like I should have just not played the Hexcatcher right away. Like I did not need to do that because they kind of screwed up by just throwing away their Mog Fanatic for no reason because Tide Shaper already was a 2/2. So I wasn't gonna die. I guess I could, like, if I did that, then I would have got to keep at least 1 Hexcatcher in play. So that's kind of on me. This hand looks great. I'm going to keep it. I might just, like, try to seize them again. No, we definitely need to keep all the lords we can possibly keep here. Okay. I'm not playing anything this turn. That's fine with me. Yeah, on the play, this plan becomes a lot stronger. Now, if I can find a third land, this will be even better. Now, they might not even be able to play anything here. That's beautiful. So I guess here I can just pass, right? Because I can just flash in either a Trickster or a Hexcatcher. Probably Trickster. I think that's what we want to go for. And then on my turn, I can just play like either Tideshaper or another Seize. Probably Seize because I don't want to risk them getting like Munitions Expert and then blowing up the Tideshaper. So I want to make their mana as awkward as possible. Okay, well there's a Snoop. Well we're gonna get, so we know they have Vial on top, which is not very useful to them. Could either dismember this now or do this. I guess the problem is if they have Harbinger, then like, and I don't draw the land off of this, I actually just lose the game. So I probably need to dismember this thing this turn. I guess I can play the Tideshaper because it's going to be a 2/2 anyway. Goblin Matron, we're not fucking doing that. You cannot cast it. We are in your draw step. I guess you... Okay, sure. You can play Munitions Expert if you want. That's fine. That doesn't really change anything. Sure. Deal. Yeah, I guess that no, they have to do that now because they otherwise they won't be able to deal the 2 damage once this thing dies. So we know they have Matron coming up, which we cannot stop them from casting. They have 4 cards here, and we're running out of tricks. They have once again they're carving out in their lands nicely. We are not curving out like at all. What do we do here? Like, I don't think they can block this, so I guess they could have another Fury, so maybe I just take away the Blood Crypt so that way they only have 1 red to cast it. Because I also have to draw more lands. Like, if I don't draw more lands, I'm going to die anyway. That's not helping her cause. I think all of our options are really bad right now. So we're stuck on like 1 spell a turn, and like we are at any given point, like if we just try to commit more creatures, like Fury is a huge problem. And like yeah, so and we know they have Matron coming up, so that's also like they're very possibly just going to get like another conspicuous Snoop here, and we need to draw into like more Dismember if that's the case as well. We are not racing them finding, like, more combo pieces. Oh, they just have another Snoop. That's really bad, because now the Matron's gonna get the Harbinger. Oh, that's double really bad, because now the Snoop's on top of their deck, so... Fuck, alright. The Seas are in my deck. I have 3 Seas in the main deck, and I have 0 Silvergills in my deck, so... I think we are just dead, because, like, they just have all the cards. Like, here they can just... At this point, they can easily just go and get a Harbinger, and I don't have a good answer to it. Well, I guess if I have to draw, like, exactly Dismember right now. Because if I don't Dismember this thing, the second they play Harbinger, we just die, so... That's why, like, I'm playing the Seas because I need to draw, like, either more lands or more Dismembers. There isn't really a way to victory that doesn't involve, like... I don't think Hexcatcher or Trickster are going to be fine enough just going 1-for-1 versus them potentially comboing us. They went for a Munitions Expert, which is not a good sign, because that might mean they already have the Harbinger in hand. They just didn't play it this turn because this thing had Summoning Sickness anyway. Okay, well that's part of the equation, but I guess Trickster does keep us in this a little bit, so... I guess we can attack with the Tide Shaper. And then if they play Harbinger, I have to Trickster this thing in response. Then they won't search for the Kiki Jiki, but I can't wait for them to find it, so... But this is, like, at this point, this is the only option I have available to me. Like, Trickster definitely means we don't die this turn, so, well, that's not great. So they just drew a ton of lands here. So they have Prospector. I guess they can't cast... Ugh, that kind of sucks because, like, I guess maybe I was supposed to do this in the upkeep. But if I do it now, at least they can't combo this turn, but they haven't shown us the Harbinger. I think I still have to do it, though. I can't have them continue to play stuff from here. I guess I think I was supposed to Trickster this in the upkeep regardless. That, looking back, I think I would definitely make that decision, so... So we have 2, so we're not... Like, yeah, we have an answer next turn in case we fail to find something. The problem is going to be next turn, though, if they just... Like, I think they have a second Snoop, right? Which, I believe that's the case. If they have a Snoop and a Harbinger in hand... Okay, I don't know why they're doing this. Okay, they're just gonna go for the aggro plan here. Sure, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, like we're not beating their aggro plan at the moment, so well, we know what's on top. That's not good for us. Okay. That's not really helping either. They're definitely drawing this, and they are going to attack us for an extreme amount of damage. Can only play one thing anyway, so probably what has to happen is I need to Trickster this thing and then try to block two things and then hope that that's enough. I need them to have like a land underneath this and like something useless in their hand. That's the only way that this whole thing works, so. They ticked Vial up to 3. That can't be good for us. They are going to pay to keep this because they have the mana, so. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah. I'm assuming their last card in hand is another Harbinger. It seems like that could be the case. Or no, what do they have? What's the? Yeah, it is another Harbinger. They've already declared attacks, but I guess that I think we're still dead because they can just, yeah, they can actually still just combo here, because they can get like Sling Gang and just sacrifice everything. Yeah, like sure, go ahead. We actually are gonna just die to this. Because then they're gonna make enough stuff and get Sling Gang, and then we're just dead. So I believe them that it's in their deck. I don't think they cited it out. All right, well, those were two really rough matches to start this league off, and honestly, like we did a little bit. Like we gave ourselves chances. I think we did about as good as we can hope for. So yeah, the creature combo decks are just fucking brutal, and that they're the reason that we have to have 4 dismembers, and we tried really hard, and that's all we can do. So we just roll with it. If your meta is going to be all Yawgmoth and goblins, don't play Merfolk. I don't think that the metagame is like that for the most part, but we just kind of ran into it, so it's what it is. But still, like, I don't think that there's anything wrong with this build versus those decks. Like, I think four Dismember is plenty of tool to work with if we can find them. So, all right, let's go. We are not keeping that. I think I have to keep this. I guess I'm just getting rid of a Lord of Atlantis here. They mold to 6, so I'm hopefully not going to need this Force of Negation, but we'll see. I mean, just in case that like there's a prismatic ending in my vial or something, I probably need to keep that alive, so. Sure. So Bobble, so this might be Murktide. Which means Ragavan is definitely possible here. There's her fucking Ragavan, so we need Dismember. I don't think another land is going to cut it right now. This is going to suck because in order to keep Ragavan from hitting us, I'm going to have to like throw Hexcatcher in front of it, and if they have like a single bolt, then we're just sunk. Also, my camera filter needs to be adjusted because I realized The chroma key is falling apart. Okay, I don't need to go that far. There we go. Okay, there we go. That's fine. We fixed it. Alright. I guess I'm just gonna have to play Hexcatcher. I don't have a better plan. Throw that in front of Ragavan and hope that they don't kill it, but like there's basically no chance that's not gonna happen. And I'm not really sure that I can afford to just force them like on their removal for that. That's also not good. I mean, next turn we get to play 2 lords, but that still might not be enough. Yep, there's the bolt, and Ragavan gets to hit us in the face. Ah, why? Okay. They might even consider playing this, to be honest. It has fucking Island Walk against us. I think that they're going to play it. I mean, sure, I guess. Can block both things, and I have Force to try to make the block happen, but seems real risky. They have like 2 more removal spells, and that's going to end in tears. We have to try. Now they have, what, Counterspell? Archmage's Charm. Which means they're just going to bolt this thing anyway, so... well, I guess probably not going to be able to play anything with this turn, so may as well just block this and get to keep something. Do what we can. Alright. I guess Trickster would be good here. Alright. I'm probably just going to have to block this Ragavan now. And then maybe tick Vial up to 3, and then hope that Svyelun can save us. Okay, like we're just dead. All right. Sunk. I can't beat Ragavan plus like infinite removal. There's Trickster. Where the fuck were you when I needed you last turn? Yeah, they have no reason not to just play it too. They still have 2 cards in hand, so at any given point they could just have Murktide Regent. And because they could just have Murktide Regent, I probably need to just keep this Harbinger of the Tides in my hand for right now. Like, bouncing this Ragavan is not very helpful to me, so... I think Svyelun's just going to have to block Ragavan. Here comes Murktide. Well, the cool thing... Oh, no, that's even worse. It's actually just Hardcast Fury, so... Fuck. In the main deck? I didn't know they had it in the main. I thought it was just, like, sideboard for them. Okay, well, that's even worse. God, alright, Okay. I can Harbinger the Trickster back to my hand. That might be helpful. I think I have to. I have to do something that can slow this down. I didn't love taking this vial up to 3, but I wasn't going to get Svyelun out any other way, so we're just really choked on mana here. Not being able to deploy both of these next turn is going to be very brutal. I mean, if we draw like another Svyelun, then like that's fine, because at least it's something we can do in addition to trickstering this thing down. It's going to hurt, though. And again, if they just have Murktide, we're just dead anyway, so... Iteration, that's not good. I can just look for land plus Murk. Polluted Delta, so there's that, and did you find Murktide? Well, if they crack it here, we will know for sure. No, they did not. Okay. That is a plus. It's going to be a little bit too late for Dismember, so... It's also a little bit late for that. Alright, we have to just attack with Harbinger and then Trickster this thing down. I guess if they have the other 2 lightning bolts in hand, we're dead to that too. But it's a lot. There's a lot we can't beat right now. So we just kind of have to hope that they don't have stuff. So. Alright, what is it? Iteration, they're looking again, so it's not good. Digging so deep for this thing. They found a canal, which doesn't do anything. Did you find a Murktide? Unholy Heat is, I mean, not great, but at least we're not dead. I guess Svyelun would be like our best draw this turn. So we can play Master and then attack for 3 and then have Svyelun to block this thing. That's a close second. Alright, well, if they can just keep missing Murktide somehow, then maybe this will work. We go to 9 and we trickster this thing down again, then played like the master. Again, Svyelun would also still be a live draw at that point. Like, they have to know that I'm going to trickster this thing. I mean, as soon as they play Merc, we're like, the game's over. So, Ragavan with dash, sure. I mean, I can't do anything about that. I probably have to just take the damage from this too, because I can't afford to block, or I'm not going to be able to win in any capacity. Just take 2 and hope that they flip a land. I mean, why would you not attack with this thing? Like, what? You can't block with it. Like, I don't get it. Nani? Alright, come on, Svyelun. Okay, well, I guess Svyelun is off the table now. I don't think they have any 3s to put in with that, but I'm not giving them the opportunity. Alright, well, here's the thing. I can play Master and attack them for 6 and just hope that they don't have more removal, because they've already used 2 Unholy Heats and 2 Lightning Bolts. And then I just have to hope that the Master of the Pearl Trident is able to block the Fury. And if that's the case, then I can actually win the game. But if they have 1 removal spell, we're gonna die no matter what. So, I think attacking them for 3 is not gonna be enough. We definitely have to play this. So here we play Master. I think we put them to 3, and then that way, as long as they don't have a removal spell, then for the Master next turn, that means then we can play the other Master, and yeah, we're guaranteed to kill them. Putting them to 6 is not do enough, right? Because then if they have removal, like, we're not really beating it anyway, because they will use it on this, and they'll be, yeah, like, we're not, I don't think we're stopping this. We just have to take a chance. Pray for no unholy heats. We know they have Ragavan in hand, and hopefully the other 2 cards are just like Counterspell. Or like Mishra's Bauble would also be fine. But I think if they had Bauble, they would have played it. So if they draw Bauble this turn, that's kind of okay. They've already gone through 2 iterations, so like, let's see. Okay, that's fine. That's not relevant. They're just trying to connive, I think, so they're just digging for removal. Okay. They have to find it right now or they lose. They discard Counterspell, and did you find it? I think we're going to live. So we have the other Master, so Svyelun is not relevant here. Okay, I don't know what they have in hand, but I don't think it's going to make a difference. Dash goes away. They think that because they can block one of these that they're safe. They're not. Did we steal it? They're going for one more crack at that removal spell. Fucking hell. How the hell did we win this game? This was ridiculous. There is no way. That is absolutely just nuts. Okay, well, we were at such a low percent there, and we just managed to pull through. It's part of playing the deck. You just have to try to find ways that you possibly can win and just play to them. So, alright, we want Chalice of the Void. Force of Negation is not good, and Spreading Seas is not good. And we do want Harbinger of the Tides, because Harbinger is excellent against this deck. And I think that's all we did it. Yeah, alright, that's just how we roll with this. Okay, Murktide, I think it should be like a fairly decent matchup for us. This hand is okay, but I'm a little bit nervous because we don't have Cavern and we don't have Vial, so like their counter spells are definitely going to be live. I think we still have to just keep it regardless though, and just hope that we draw it. We have creatures that we can play, so we just have to try. Ragavan? No, they have nothing on turn 1. Okay, great. We just play Tide Shaper here. Aether Vial? No, Islands. Okay. I mean, Island is sort of fine, so eventually, if we draw like a Cavern, that would be fantastic. We do have to be kind of careful though, because Murktide is definitely a threat. So we might try to play like Hexcatcher at the end of their turn. Okay, or we might just attack and then see if they block. There is no way you're blocking. Don't even think about it. You know better than this. Opponent, what are you doing? No. Why? Why would you do this? Subtlety! Oh god, okay. They're burning a subtlety on Hexcatcher. Okay, I guess I'm fine with this on top. They don't get a counter in this Ledger Shredder, so they just burned the subtlety for like 2 life. That was really pathetic. I don't think I would have made that exchange. Yeah, you may as well attack, like, so. I have 3 cards here, so this might be like counter spells at this point. So we are just going to try to play around them. Okay, sure, you played a bolt. That's fine. I don't really care that much about this. This looks like they still might have counterspell to me, so I have 1 card here, and they just discarded a Brazen Borrower. I mean, I guess I'm going to play the Trickster just to play around the counter magic. They're going to draw a card, and yeah, so I don't want to auto yield to their turn, but sure. Like they can attack for 2. Then Dress Down's going to go away, so... Yeah, I think they wanted to wait until this goes away so they can connive. Which is fine. You have a counterspell. Alright, they have a counterspell. That's fine. It's a little bit sad, but it gives us an opportunity to jam the Lord of Atlantis. Or actually gives us an opportunity to dismember this thing. I don't need to play this Otawara right now because there is a non-0% chance if I draw a land, like, and they try to Murktide, I might need to bounce it with this, so... I'm not doing anything with it this turn, and, like, I can still play it and double spell next turn if I need to. Does look like Murktide is a thing, so... So, yeah, if we can draw the land, like, I would really like to be able to bounce the Murktide. Keep it nice and small. It's not unreasonable because I can still play the Tide Shaper and Trickster this thing. We have one card left, so, like, what are the odds it's a counterspell? Probably not that great. Oh, it looks like it could be, actually. Mystical Dispute. Okay, their last card was a dispute, so... Sure. You got me. The lack of Cavern in this game has really hurt us. Alright, well, here's the thing where if we can find the one land to bounce this with Otawara, this will actually help us a lot. That's not great. Keep filling that graveyard back up, but it's alright. We're not dead yet. Like, Harbinger is also a fantastic draw if we can find that here. We still have a lot of really good things to draw at this point, so... Like, land and Harbinger, even Trickster would be great again. There we go, that's a land. Hey, Bounce-a-Rooney. They can replay it, but it won't be quite as scary. And if we can find Harbinger, that would also be really good. Well, that wasn't great. They must have just drawn that, so... Yeah, we kind of need Harbinger to keep us alive. So it looks like it is going to come out as a 6/6, probably. It's not lethal yet, but it's really close, so... We can miss for one turn as long as they don't find a bolt. I may as well play this now. Alright, pass. Alright, Harbinger or I guess another Otawara or Trickster. But if they have Lightning Bolt, we're just dead, so. Or like any other creature. Like if they have like a Ledger Shredder, that's also lethal, so. No? Okay. Give me something! Bump, bump, bump. Alright, well, we died. Well, maybe they will. I don't know. Like, I feel like they have to attack no matter what, but they might just think that we have something. Maybe they'll screw up. And we die. So. Damn it. The land came a little bit too late there. Alright, we just run it back. We did not find Harbinger when we needed it. We have 4 copies of this card in our deck, and it is very important for our strategy, but did not show up for that game 2. However, game 3, we get to be in the play with a new hand. Maybe we find Cavern, maybe we find Vial this game. Like, any of those cards would have made a huge difference, because then we wouldn't have gotten destroyed by, like, Mystical Dispute, so. Like, I understand why they bring it in, but it is very dangerous for them to be bringing it in. Alright, because like, half the time it just doesn't do anything. I guess I have to keep this, and we're gonna put... I'm gonna put a Harbinger on the bottom. This is not a good hand, but what are we gonna do? Alright. There is Ragavan. We don't have Island Walk, and they have Ragavan, so I don't think we're reasonably attacking here. Pretty sure I'm just supposed to play Hexcatcher. Play it before they can dispute it, so. And I am not going to attack because there is a very high chance that they're just going to play Bolt and attack me, so. Or Unholy Heat. So I have to be able to block this thing. They could have 2 Unholy Heats, though. That is also possible. So if they attack, I just definitely have to block it. Okay. It could have been a lot worse, I guess. You might just have another Ragavan, too, so. And that is the case. Okay. Dismember would be really good right now, because we can play Master and Dismember. I guess we're just playing Master and praying. We put the cards in the deck, we just have to draw them, so what are we gonna do? Oh, you better believe I'm blocking that shit. I have got more creatures than you do. Interesting. So it looks like Archmage's Charm is online, and so is Counterspell. So really not sure that like I don't know if I want to play anything now, but I don't know. Like, there's no guarantee I'm going to draw a Cavern at any point in the near future either. Like, I kind of have to run something out into it because I have to play the cards. Alright, no Counterspell. That's good. So maybe they're just going to draw 2 cards. I would consider. Oh, they're just okay. They're just cantripping. There's Unholy Heat. Found another land, but it looks like it's Murktide time. I do have the Harbinger, but where it's if we could find Cavern of Souls, that would be fantastic. Because then we could play it on their turn uncounterably. I'm really concerned right now that like without Cavern, like this is probably not getting resolved anytime in the near future. Like they're just gonna mystical dispute it and then we're screwed. Again, we're playing 4 caverns and we just have to find Cavern, and if we can't find it, we can't find it, so. We do what we can, and like it's not enough apparently. Okay, Channeler. Oh, look, they finally found one. Engineered explosives for X equals 2 it's a brutal one for sure. It's gonna make it hard. The Dismember would be ideal. They have no cards here. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna take the chance that they don't draw another counterspell. Because I want to try to force them to blow this thing up, because I want them to attack with this. And I want them to have to crack the explosives. Alright, they're not going to do that. I'm just trying to give them opportunities to screw up, so. They could replay Murktide as a 4/4, which, notably for us, does put it back in Dismember range if they did. Okay, well now it can be a 5/5, I guess, so. They drew Lightning Bolt for their turn. Still no Delirium, but they can replay Murk here. So again, we're in the situation where if we draw Dismember, we can kill the stupid Murktide. But this thing is still a problem. I can't use it this turn, so I may as well animate Mutavault and attack. They're on 0 cards, so if they just draw lands, like, we only get hit for a Murktide, so. Yeah, we're just. God. These hands are not playing out very well because we just keep drawing crap. They kept a card on top, which is a very bad sign, too. Alright. We have tons of good things we can draw. So many. That was not one of them. They're just gonna pop the explosives. Yeah, that makes sense. You just bolt me, right? Like, I don't know why you're bolting Mutavault. Like, I think bolting. I don't know. I guess maybe in some reality this makes sense. I think we're actually just dead now because no matter what we draw, we're not beating this thing and this. There's just no way. Once we got to the point where we were like, okay, we can come back in this game, like we just drew complete crap. Like drawing Harbingers, drawing Dismembers, like even Trickster would have been great, but no, it's not meant to be. So these matches are so close, and we're just like, I don't know, the deck is just not finding it for us today, but it's like all the tools are there. We have all the stuff that we need to like try to win these, and we're just not finding it. So I don't know. Like that match gets incredibly easier when you start off with like Cavern of Souls, and now all of a sudden like their mystical disputes and their counter spells are just completely dead draws. But no, it just got made a lot harder for us this time. So I don't know. It is what it is. I don't feel like there's anything necessarily wrong with the deck, but I don't know, we're just not finding what we need today. It just feels off. Which, you know what? That makes sense because we had such an off time trying to get the stream started in the first place. This is getting a little bit warm. I mean, a little bit chilly. I need that off. There we go. Okay, let's go. On the play. Can we have like a decent starting hand? I mean, we have Tide Shapers, which we can cast for a while. Gigantha here is either Tron or I think I'm gonna keep this either way. So, like, we're just gonna play Tide Shaper. I guess it could. I think it could be like Shadow, or it could be the Elemental deck. Or yeah, that's. Or no, I don't think they can play Gigantha. So I think it's either Shadow or Tron. If it's Tron, then we have two Tide Shapers here. So, like, this feels like this would be okay against that. Misty Rainforests. Okay, so this might be. Alright. Alright, what are we dealing with here? Watery Grave. So this looks like it's probably Shadow, I think. Which means I'm probably just going to Tide Shaper this land. Interesting. Okay. Okay, well, I find it hard to imagine that they're not going to have more colored mana, but it's going to force them to direct their removal at Tide Shaper rather than my Lords later, so. And then it also means if they have to remove this thing. Oh. Cabal Coffers, what the fuck? Okay, now I'm concerned. I am not sure what jank is playing Cabal Coffers and Watery Grave like this with Misty Rainforest. And Gigantha, like what the hell? Like what wouldn't most of the cards that you want this for have multiple mana symbols in them? Like what's going on? Okay, well I'm definitely gonna Tide Shaper this thing, so okay. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but I think we're just trying to beat them down before they do something here, so playing Expedition map, I seriously am confused. I'm gonna play Dockhand, so I'm just gonna attack with the 2 Tide Shapers. Dockhand might help. Imagine they might search for like Urborg. Divide by 0? What the fuck? Mascot Exhibition or okay, sure. So that's 7 mana. So, like this is so weird to me. They are getting Urborg here, so I guess if I find Spreading Seas, I'm probably just gonna use it. So I have to be worried about maybe the damnation at this point. Um, let's see. If I play Hexcatcher and attack for 6, it's probably for. They have black mana up, so they might have like Fatal Push here. So I think I just want to play Hexcatcher on their turn. Okay. Well, I don't know what they're gonna do here in like 5 mana, but they have another Cabal like, oh yeah, no, they're gonna have like a bajillion mana here, so I guess I just have to keep Hexcatcher and hope that it does something, right? They're gonna pay 2, add 4, so they have 5 mana this turn, maybe 6. Or, I have no idea what they're trying to achieve with this deck. But I do know that we're like losing again to our own mana base because their fucking mulligans are terrible. Karn the Great Creator. I really can't do much about that. Sure. Liquid metal coating. Okay. This is either gonna work or we're gonna die, so. Alright, well, still in it, I guess. They decided they wanted to go aggressively after our lands. Which makes sense, because we're stuck on 2 mana here, so... They didn't play coding, that concerns me. If they're passing here, then I feel like they have counter magic or something. Okay, what exactly is going on here? It's not like Cryptic Command, so... I feel like I need to try to Spreading Seas this Urborg. It will slow their mana down by a fair bit if I can land it. I'm gonna attack with just Hexcatcher and then try to Spreading Seas them. Nope, they kept up Remand. You still could have played your thing though, so I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe they have another Remand in their hand. No, that's not good. I guess this is just where we find ourselves in the 0-3 bracket against like weird Cabal control. Which, like, if we had a functional mana phase right now, I don't feel like this should be that big of a deal. Do you really just like cast that into Hexcatcher? How does this make sense? And you know that like I'm gonna seize your Urborg to turn off your insane mana here, right? I still have to do this. And I still can't find another fucking land. We're 15 cards deep here, and we're just not finding anything, so... How is this my life today? This is so bad. Alright, well, I guess now they just found a map, so they're going to get another Urborg. Sure, go get another Urborg and have a bajillion mana. This is just a nightmare. Like, how is this happening to me? Like, I should be dominating this match. Like, I know that this deck can easily beat this, but, like, we are just not finding anything. This is even a scenario where having these, like, main deck Spreading Seas is actually really good. I mean, I might just have to start using Dockhand to, like, tap down the coffers now. I think they inadvertently just helped me. I don't know what they're doing, but, like, that doesn't seem like that was the way to go. Okay, they have 4 cards here, so, like, what's the deal? Surely you have something to do right now, yes? Even if it's just, like, get Gigantha and play it, like, you should be able to do that. Hydroid Krasis for X equals 6. I mean, I guess that's a thing. Sure. It has flying, right? Yeah, it does. Pretty sure in their upkeep I'm just supposed to tap down coffers. And then use Trickster to tap this thing down. I mean, they have like a bajillion spells, so surely they have like another Remand or something. Sure. Why not? Aether Vial is a little bit late here. See, I can't do anything about this coffers here, and if I bounce this, it's going to get ridiculous. With 4 cards in hand, the odds that I'm going to like successfully stop it are basically 0, so I guess I just have to try to Trickster it down again. Really what we're doing is we're just kind of like letting them show us all of the cards in their deck at this point, because it's unlikely that I'm going to like come back from this at this point. But it's not 0%, and I mean, they're losing more time than we are, so we win game 2, like it can really pressure them in game 3 to make more mistakes. Alright, Academy runes. Sure, that makes sense. Just have more removal in hand, that's fine. At this point, if I draw another Dismember, I might actually just try double Dismembering this thing. I don't really want to like bounce it with Harbinger because they're just going to get to draw like a bajillion more cards. Svyelun? It's not terrible. I can play Dockhand off of the Vial here. I can only play one creature right now. I can take at least one more hit from this thing. What do I have to be worried about here? They could find, like, engineered explosives. I guess we're just playing Svyelun and hoping for the best. It's possible Academy runes might put, like, map on top, and then they use map to find, like, Teleria West, and then they use Teleria West to find, fuck, what's it called? Yeah, then they've used Teleria West to find explosives, so those kind of lines exist with Academy runes out. We're getting closer to the point, though, where we might just accidentally kill them if they ran out of removal, so... There's Gigantha. Okay, well, if their plan is to play Gigantha, then we're probably... That's also weird that they would tap the forest to put it in their hand. Like, that doesn't seem correct. Liquid metal coating. I mean, sure, why not? That's fine. They have 3 mana up here, so they might have another divide by 0. It could just be like Fatal Push. It's not exactly what I was hoping for. I mean, I anticipate I have to get hit by this one more time. So here I can play a Lord and Violin a Lord. It'll be 3, and then that will be 5, so 8. Like, yeah, and I'm not really wanting to bounce this just yet. Yeah, I think I'm playing this Lord right now, and I'm going to attack with these 2. Then Violin a creature, and then hopefully find a land. I need to keep the Mutavault up in case I need to like somehow make Svyelun indestructible. And, you know, I might have to bounce this Hydroid Krasis if it attacks because of Karn. That is a possible concern. Because walking Ballista could be a thing. That's thinking about that. Maybe I. Is Ballista gonna be able to kill me? I don't think so. No, if they have Ballista, I'm dead here because of this. So right, I could like pay 4 life and just make this a 1/1, but like the Ballista's gonna kill me. So would tapping this down have made a difference here? I don't actually know if it would have, but I guess I just have to put something in play right now. Hope that they go for something like Ensnaring Bridge, and then maybe I can draw Otawara and kill them that way. It's the only way I see this working. Because if they just find Ballista, I just die. If I had tapped in some of their upkeep, maybe this would have worked. They'd have to tap 4. Like, yeah, you know what? I regret that decision, so. I could have used this instead. I was thinking about maybe if I needed to turn Mutavault into a creature to try to protect Svyelun, but they did choose Ensnaring Bridge. That is interesting. They have 5 cards in hand. Like, are they going to be able to play all of them? Maybe not. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to just dismember that thing, so. Does this matter? They have 3 cards. Like, I can just attack them with 2 Master of the Pearl Tridents in this thing. Like, that actually does kill them. I mean, sure. If, yeah, they can't attack with the Hydroid Krasis anyway. I might just dismember my own lord. No, I don't think that would work here. I mean, does it matter if Mutavault? Okay. I have one Otawara left here. I could use the Dockhand to tap down the Watery Grave to see if they have something. But I don't think it's going to matter here. No. Okay, they just fuck. All right, after all of that, they just ran out. Like they realized they were stuck with 3 cards in hand, and the bridge couldn't save them. Fuck. That game went on way too long. Okay, how are we dealing with this? Force and I think subtlety. Yeah. Like I don't think Dismember is going to be generally very good against their deck. I mean the C's kind of feel like they do, like they are. I don't feel like Harbinger is going to be terribly effective either. So you just do it like this. All of that. They have 12 minutes to win 2 games. They just burns like 13 minutes of their own clock to beat to lose game 1 against me. So we are battling tonight for everything. This isn't the worst. Like we might just get to a point where we just start casting subtleties. I'm willing to keep this. Second. Yeah, this is acting up again for some reason. I don't know. Maybe the battery and the lantern lights I'm using is just like fading or something. I'm not sure exactly. All right. Well, that's probably as good as it's gonna be. So, yeah. Okay. All right. For sure, Misty. Imagine if they have Expedition Map, they are going to play that. Sure. I'm only going to fight over the important stuff. Island Pass. Hexcatcher, I think, is pretty good. I really want to get to the point where I can just hard cast subtleties. Besiege you as a land. Okay, cool. Spreading Seas, huh? That seems pretty good. I'm probably going to save that, I think. So they're going to crack map here for sure. Just play this and pass. I can always play Hexcatcher at the end of their turn, so. I can also just play it right now, too, so. See what they find. Oh, fuck. You know what? I didn't have a stop at the end of that, so... Oops. We'll see if this encourages them to do something. And then I'll just seize Urborg. Okay, upkeep. What are you going to do? Fatal Push. Sure. Rishadan the Dockhand. Well, we went 1-2 in the first 3 matches. It was like really miserable matches where we were like really fucking close to finding everything that we ever needed, and then we just didn't. So it was unfortunate. Like we could not find like a Cavern or like Harbinger versus the Murktide deck when we need it, and it's, you know, we tried very hard versus the creature combo. We won game 1 of this match though, so that is a plus. We're up against some sort of weird like 3-color Cabal Coffers deck. And I don't really understand this deck, but at the same time, I think that we have a good match versus it. So I think the Seas are very effective versus this. Right now, I'm just looking to find land number 4 so I can just play Subtleties at the end of their turn. They are playing Karn and a bunch of like like divide by 0 to learn for stuff. So it's kind of a weird deck, but if it works, it works. I think if they try to fatal push this, I might force it. I want to keep my Svyelun. They only have 3 cards left. They've used 2 pushes now, so they don't have a third one, it looks like, so that's good. Means Svyelun will probably get me a card here. Excellent. Subtlety online. Alright, so you're not going to be playing Karn in the near future. They have all their colors of mana, so I guess I'm just going to go after the coffers. I am going to keep the Lord of Atlantis in my hand right now in case I have to pitch it for a subtlety, because I want to keep the other one to hardcast. If they, like, say, tap out to try to, like, play Karn this turn, that would be great. I guess I could have played the Aether Vial then if I wasn't going to play the Lord. So, I don't know how much this is going to matter at this stage of the game, but I guess, well, I'm probably going to do this, so we're in sort of the same position here. Can attack with the Mutavault. It doesn't seem unreasonable. Same time, like if I attack with the Mutavault, then I'm just exposing opportunity for them to like remove it. So I think that I am just going to attack with Svyelun. Let's keep our mana here. And then I might Tide Shaper this thing. Ooh, okay. I guess here I'm just going to play the Vial, so. So I don't think they're in a position to really threaten me right now. They don't have like a lot of mana, and I have lots of good cards against them, so. This might scare them a little bit. I'm still probably in a position where if I have to pitch something, it'll be Lord of Atlantis, but there's some consideration for like Tide Shaper to go. I guess I can't do anything about that. Alright, well now the strategy changes a little bit. Now we're going to play Lord and attack with Mutavault. And potentially Vial in this Tide Shaper at the end of their turn if they don't do anything. So they only have a Beseiju up, so we can get in a free 3 damage. I feel like I'm in pretty good control of this game, though. Okay. That's fine. Are you gonna play Karn? Because I'm definitely gonna force it if you do. I can afford to be patient for a while. I might even tick this Vial up to 4. Well, that's pretty good. I can outlast you like this. Like, you're stuck on mana. I actually have stuff to do at instant speed here that's difficult to interact with, so I am in no hurry. Five mana. What are you going to do for 5? Hydroid Krasis. Uh-huh. This is just going to be devastating. We're attacking for 7, and if we draw a Lord, it actually just dies. So, oops. Alright, go ahead and tap out for it again and see what happens. You are very dead. There's like nothing that you can cast this turn that is going to matter. Like, I might even let this thing resolve this time. You go to 3 and you're still dead, so I don't think, like, I'm not even going to bother countering it. There we go. He is the deadest guy ever, yes. Okay, we got a dignity win in at least. Very hard day of magical cards indeed, but I mean, I can tell you at least I don't feel like there's anything wrong with the list. Like, it's been coming down to, it's like, okay, well, we need the cards that we put 4 copies of in our deck, and we just didn't find them as much as we needed to, so. Straight to Davy Jones's locker, that is right. Merfolk, if it is good at any one thing, it is just absolutely destroying control decks. Like, they have no chance against Merfolk. Like, we have uncounterable stuff. We have things to do at flash speed. Like, we have, counter spells that they have to worry about playing around. Island walk, so blocking is not really an option. So, it gets very hard. I think that this is the sort of hand that Nikachu would keep, so I'm going to keep it. Because we can reasonably do stuff off of the blue land that we have. Okay, this looks like we are up against Murktide again, so fuck. Alright. Oh, it might help if I put the island in play first. Sent him a link to OnlyFins. Yes. Alright. Here we go. We are up against Ragavan, and we are lacking Dismember once again. So, like, this is what I mean. Like, we need Dismember. We have 4 copies in the deck. Where the hell is it? Not here to save us this time. The only good news is that I can put 2 lands in play, or 2 creatures in play this turn, so... Ragavan is hopefully not going to hit us again. They might actually play this Vial. It's not unreasonable to do that. No, that probably means that they're holding up removal, I'm assuming. Unfortunately, I can't really afford to not like play the Tide Shaper, and then I can Vial in the Dockhand in their turn. Like, if they have it, they're just gonna bolt this thing, and that's all there is to it, so. The OnlyFins logo on a playmat, yeah, I think that would be pretty funny. When I go to a tournament, I usually don't play anything that, like, looks Merfolk related. Like, I don't know. I think the one that I've been using is just the one that has my logo on it, so. There's Channeler, I guess, yeah. Expressive, yep. Spreading Seas is not very good in this matchup. Then again, I don't really know that Silvergill is that much better in this matchup either. Like, it is a creature, which is, inherently just better, but so a 2/1 creature is very weak, so still dies to like all their removal and their engineered explosives. Okay. That's the problem. Like, I have a couple mats. Like, I might use the True Name Nemesis one sometimes, but I don't know if I don't know that that's the one I'm going to use at SCG, so I haven't actually picked out which mat I want to use yet. I imagine I'm probably just going to pick out or just use mine, so okay. Okay, well that's sort of nice. I could attack with the Mutavault, I guess, and then if they block it, then I can just Violin Trickster. Goodbye, Channeler. I guess now if they play Murktide, like, we could theoretically race it. That might be an option. An image link for my consideration for a playmat. Okay, I'm interested. Okay, there's a Ledger Shredder, so I guess they're gonna... If they play, like, Shredder into Murktide, that's not exactly great for us. But I might have to play Spreading Seas. They haven't played an island yet, so... Yeah, here I might have to play Spreading Seas on this Fiery Islet here. SpongeBob, huh? Alright. Oh, that's Davy Jones's locker. Okay, that's cool. I dig it. Murktide is really big and scary, unfortunately. Dismember's not going to help. Harbinger would actually help, though. Harbinger would be a great help. Otawara would also be a help if I could find more lands, but we're not there yet. I have to play this. I gotta try to race this thing, I guess, so... Alright, so here's the problem. Otawara is not going to come online soon enough for this to matter, so I have to play this right now. Because next turn I might draw another land, which lets me attack with Mutavault and put a creature and play off Vial. So... Yes, Legal Eagle is pretty ridiculous. I just watched a video from Legal Eagle today about they did a very good legal analysis of the differences between Hillary's emails and Trump's documents at Mar-a-Lago. I thought it was really informative. Just like neither one of them should have been allowed, and like they were both bad practice. But one of them was definitely way worse than the other one. So, and did a very good job of explaining exactly why and what the precedents were and what previous cases were that were like that. So, Legal Eagle is really cool on YouTube. I recommend that guy. Check him out. I think I need to find Harbinger or Trickster this turn, or I am dead. That is not Harbinger or Trickster. I don't think a land would have been quite... a land would have been close, right? Because I could have, like, played... You know, I can Violin a Lord, so this would be 3, 4, 4. That would be 5, 5. Yeah, I wouldn't quite get there. I needed stuff for this, so, I am dead to that, unfortunately. Alright, Harbinger, I need you. Force of Negation, I do not need you. Spreading Seas, I do not need you. And Chalice of the Void, I need you. Can you guys, like, come on, sideboard cards, come through for me just this one time. I don't know if we even, like, found them last time. It was totally just useless. I love watching videos that are, like, very informative. Things that are, like, ridiculous but also educational. Actually, I think my favorite thing I watched this past week was a video detailing Evermore Park, which was absolutely just I could not believe like any of the stuff that I learned about it. So yeah, it was pretty great. This is a great hand. We have Vial, we have Dismember. We can definitely roll with this. Even if they play Ragavan, I can Dismember the fuck out of it. I can even Vial and Dockhand in their turn, so sure. Darcy's gonna get dismembered. Finally got to the stream at least one time. Well, better late than never, I guess. Gut shot sideboard while you waited on Dismember. Yeah, that's not unreasonable. Like, gut shot definitely does a thing, so. Let's see here. No, this thing has to die for sure. I don't think I'm attacking with Mutavault next turn. This just needs to go away while they're tapped out, so I guess if they play Ragavan, I can at least try to block it with Dockhand. If they try to dash it, so. Nope, that's Ledger Shredder. Okay, I mean, this is not, like, great, but it could be worse. They still haven't played an island, so that's worth noting. Never just assume that your opponent just has like an island to play. Or yeah, they're being very careful not to. However, they're going to right now, so it was a good try, opponent, but in the end, it didn't even matter. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Gut shot is a very aggressive turn one play. I agree. Like, I am. It's one of those cards that's constantly going through the back of my mind. It's like, should I be playing gut shot? But I think at the moment we just need to be playing Dismember. Like, that's just how it is. Interesting. They do nothing here. That has to be a good sign for us, right? Like, what's going to happen here? They have 5 spells. Like, it could just be a bunch of removal. Well, I guess if they use removal on the Lord, I'm just going to tap it down with the Trickster. Yeah, Dismember killing Yawgmoth is extremely important, and I think that's one of the primary reasons we need it, because we have, like, no chance against that deck if Yawgmoth is alive. And that is exactly what happened with our matches. You're not declaring any block. They have nothing? Really? Okay. They just casually took 8 damage for just fucking nothing. Okay, cool. Drawing 2 cards. Deal. That was so dangerous, because if I had a Hexcatcher, you were just, like, fucked. But, I mean, I think we're at the point where we're basically just going for the kill this turn. Oh, yeah. No, they're playing Expressive Iteration here. I am 1,000% going to use Trickster on this thing, and I am going to just try to kill them. Channeler. That's neat. You're not attacking me, so, like, I don't care. That's not representing removal either, so. Are you kidding me? This is the most insane attack I've seen in my life. How? How could you possibly think that was an attack to make here? You do not understand the course of this game. No, fuck no. Absolutely not. No way. Okay, well, there we go. This is a very clean game 2 kill. Let's see if we can get them on the draw once. If we could get, like, Chalice on 1, that would be fantastic. I think that this is the sort of hand that can do it. I would prefer if we had a Cavern of Souls here, but, like, we have the turn 1 Dismember, which is pretty huge. So, they're not starting off with Dragon's Rage Channeler, because otherwise I think they would have played that first. So, this looks like this might be Ragavan. Who wore it better? The person who attacked with Shredder, or the person who played Shredder then popped it on 2? Oh, I saw that. That was the big sad. All right. Sure, I'll play Dockhand. Why not? Okay, they're just considering here. So if they play Shredder on 2, then I can just Dismember it. That'll be pretty awesome. I will definitely Dismember Shredder. If they tap out, the Dismember gets used. Like, that's just how it works. Look at me, I'm the aggro now. It's like, no, the fuck you aren't. Interesting. They're shocking themselves and passing. Well, oh, opponent, this is going to go so poorly for you. We have Cavern of Souls, finally, for 1 match. Okay, well, this thing has Island Walk, so I'm just going to attack with the Dockhand. And if they don't do anything, then I might just flash in Trickster. Otherwise, I'll just Dismember something. If they're just casting a bunch of Considers, that just has to mean their hand is, like, garbage. Right? Like, that can't be a good sign for them. They just lightning bolted a Dockhand, like, that was pathetic. I think our best route here is if they play, like, Murktide. I don't know. No, it'll be a 6/6 if they do, so. No, they're not playing anything. Okay. Well, you know what? I don't need to play this Trickster right now either, so. I can play this same waiting game as you. Here, I'll tell you what. I will play this Master the Pearl Trident because it lets me keep the Dismember up. But I want to keep the Tricksters for as long as possible in case he actually does play Murktide. And as long as the lightning bolts are not pointed at my face, it makes this thing way less dangerous to play. Okay. Cool. There's Dragon's Rage Channeler. What, do you think you're, like, gonna spell pierce me or something? Like, get the fuck out of here. Alright. We're just gonna play a little bit patiently here. I think as it is right now, we're gonna win the game if it goes longer, so. Like, I am in no particular hurry to just cast spells, so. Iteration? Okay, sure. Like, there's so many things. Like, we draw Harbingers, we draw Oboros. Like, yeah, they're not. Like, Murktide doesn't have to be a threat to us for quite some time. Even if I draw Svyelun, I'll probably just play it. Okay. They wasted a Mystical Dispute. I'm okay with this. Okay, play a land, and do you have anything? I specifically tapped it that way because I was trying to encourage them to use it. I figured they might have one stuck in their hand, and, like, it didn't matter if they cast it because I'm only going to play one spell this turn no matter what. And I didn't want to play the Trickster at this point, so I want to hold the Trickster back so I can tap this thing down. I am in no hurry whatsoever. I do need to draw, like, Harbinger or Otawara at some point in the near future, but we've got a couple turns before that becomes a problem. So, like, I need to stop drawing lands. Like, that's the important thing. If I can get some pressure to race this thing, I'm in pretty good shape. Now, if they play, like, another one, then we're gonna be in some shit. Well, that's really bad. Okay, well, that's actually pretty good. They might just crack this here to save themselves the 5. That would be my guess. Okay, well, I can just wait for this thing to attack me now. I have the mana to just hold it up forever, so... Again, like, I need to stop drawing lands. Like, that's... We're at 7 lands right now. I could do without these. Because eventually they are going to find another Murktide, and we only have 1 Harbinger to deal with it. Like, this answer only works if we just, like, don't flood out, and we need pressure, so... Fortunately, they don't seem to have a whole lot going on right now, so... Their hand seems to be just mostly air. Alright. I am not a huge fan of having Dismember, though, when they do have, like, counter spells. Like, they're far from the point where they have to actually tap out for anything, so... You need to play Murktide, like, right now? I think they might. Yeah, they are. Okay. And we might be able to just dismember this one. Yes, we can. Oops. I'm not going to use this anyway. No, what? It didn't use my Cavern mana! No! What the fuck? If they counter this spell, this is such bullshit. We just... Fuck. Why did MTGO not use my Cavern of Souls mana to fucking do this? This is so bullshit. It just let me continue clicking more mana than I needed to cast to, like, finish casting the spell, and it just did not do, like, oh, god damn it. We were going to, like, win this game by bouncing this thing and then dismembering this. This is so fucking terrible. I can't believe this. Like, we definitely, like, had the ability to, like, fight this, because this goes away, like, it comes back as, like, a 3/3, and we are gonna have, like, enough pressure to beat. That is ridiculous. I can't believe that. I don't really have anything to say about that, because, like, we definitely were gonna win this game, but we had everything that we needed to do it. Like, we were just gonna wait till our turn, dismember that thing, and then, attack them for 4. And, like, the game was just gonna be, like, ours for the taking, basically. So I don't know. God damn. How is this my life? This is the worst. This honestly, this league felt like worse than the 0-5 one, just because, like, victory was, like, so close within our grasp in, like, so many of these matches, and it's just, that was a stupid MTGO, like, thing. That mistake is, like, obviously not going to happen in paper when I play on Sunday, but, like, I can't believe that is that whatever, it's fine. Like, that match, like, I think we definitely, like, we're gonna win it, but oh well. What are you gonna do? Like, you can't, like, go back in time and fix that, so whatever. I mean, we can look at our list at least. I don't think that there's necessarily anything wrong with this list. The matches we lost were, like, like, Goblins and Yawgmoth, which are just very hard, and, like, for some of those matches we just needed to draw a little bit more interaction, and we just didn't draw it, so that's fine. If, like, the deck is constructed as much as it possibly can be to help with that. So I'm not gonna change anything in that regard. For Murktide, like I think we're fine. Like we have 4 Harbingers to deal with it. I think that's good. 4 Harbinger is a great way to fight Murktide, and it was going to work. And yeah, I think like and the dismembers are really good on top of that. And I think the reason that we lost against the first Murktide is just because we didn't have the interaction. So and also like we didn't have Cavern of Souls in that one match either, so that also made a huge difference too. So the deck I think is also constructed as much as it can be to beat those decks. So at that point, it just becomes a matter of drawing the cards. I don't know. I feel like I like Spreading Seas. It does give you like a kind of plan B as to sometimes if you sense weakness in their mana base, maybe you can like screw them with it a little bit. But it's also like it's going to be very helpful against like the Urza Saga decks because now it's like a way easier to play Tide Shaper in turn 1 if you know that you have backup seas, like in case they play their sagas later on, you're not like regretting having to deciding like, oh god, do I play Tide Shaper on 1 or do I hold it for 2? Well, now we have extra seas, so play it on 1, and then if you need to, you can play Spreading Seas and Saga later. So this league went on forever, and it was frustrating to end like that. Hopefully on Sunday it goes a lot better. So if you are gonna be in Philly, let me know because I'll be hanging out there. So and yeah, I don't really have anything else for this. That was just kind of the worst possible way for it to end like that. I can't believe it. Oh my god. How does that even happen? I don't know. All right. Well, what happened to my chat? Why did it just disappear? Uh, I don't know where my chat went. It is now not on here anymore. No, come back. I don't know. All right. Well, I'll have to fix that later. All right. Well, that's all I've got for today. This was. I don't know. Like I think that the difficulty logging in was definitely not a great omen, but I don't know. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with the deck. So our problems were not related to this construction of the 75 for sure. So and that's the other thing. Like it's if you start like worrying about like whether you're winning or losing too much, if you get like results oriented and you're not paying attention to like the impact of the cards, that's where the danger lies with it. I think that the cards themselves were fine. It's just not having the correct numbers of them at the right time. So and when that's the case, then you don't really need to make changes. So how do I I need to find my freaking chat on here because I don't know. I can't do the raid at like when my chat is missing. Hold on a second. If I refresh this, does it come back? Yes. Okay, here we go. We're back. All right, excellent. I don't know. Like the Twitch dashboard just like completely freaked out on me for some reason, so okay, we gotta go find something else to watch now. Yeah, this went on way longer than I needed it to tonight, but it's okay. Makes up for a little bit for last week, but except for the very terrible end of that match, I was just completely horseshit. I can't imagine like that why they would like do that. Where if I tap Cavern of Souls to make mana for this, like should absolutely automatically be using it. Oh well. I don't know if who's playing Modern right now. I see like Pioneer stuff. I don't know. I see like a lot of people are playing Brothers War. I don't know. Twitch, help me find like I don't think anyone else is actually playing Modern right now. Oh well. Well then I guess then I will go and watch pre-modern, so that's gonna be our thing. Alright, well. Alright, thank you for being here tonight. Yeah, I don't really have anything else here, so I'm sending you off. That's all I got. Take it easy, everybody. And so you go enjoy some pre-modern. As soon as I can find him, and we will start this raid. Perfect. Excellent. There we go. 9 seconds. So, yeah, I'll let you know how this performs for me. So, we'll play more with it. Until next time.